Hello and welcome. I am here with the double evicted house guest tonight, the fifth member of our jury, completing the 1984 trifecta, playing Surviving, Challenging, and now the OG 1984. Antoinette, how are we feeling tonight?
Not good. I'm not surprised to be here. I was hoping that I had a little bit longer in me, but with the live night and everything happening like so quickly and Maddie winning, Zach winning veto, I was like, I know I'm cooked. It's fine. I had a feeling that 20 minutes ago I was gonna be here, so it's all good.
Well, as a victim of double evictions, I empathize with you. So we're gonna get into all of that, but we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, back when the season started. So you come into the house, walk me through a couple of your past connections, I guess you could say, for those that aren't aware, because orgs are all about finding new people, but you also run into a few familiar faces. So can I explain how
Right.
those impacted your game?
Yeah, so I'll just go through. I have the cast photos up because I'm dumb and I can't remember things. So I'm just gonna go through the list of the people I know. So Edward was the first one. I didn't actually know him. However, he has a good relationship with my girlfriend Molly, who also plays orgs. She's never played 1984, but I'll get her. I'll get her. But so I feel like I had a good connection coming into this game with him, and we had something that we could connect on. So I was looking forward to working with him because when the cast reveal came out, she was like, "Oh my God, I love him." And I was like, "Period, that's someone I could work with." Um, Aaron, Aaron, I actually remembered I was cast in a game that she helps run. However, I had to drop after it started, and it was like the first round, and I felt so bad, so I didn't really get to know Erin. But again, she was on prod. All love to that prod team too. I fucking hate when I have to drop games, and I hate it so much. My biggest connection coming into this game was Fredo. Love that man to death. He is my one of my favorite people now. I'm so glad we got to reconnect. I played Surviving 1984 season 4 with him like 3 years ago. So it was like a long time ago. And like we hadn't really talked since then. Besides him joking that he took me off all his socials, he did not. That was not the case. We still have each other on socials. It's fine. We did chat a little bit after that game ended, I remember, but it wasn't very. I'm really bad at Facebook Messenger, so it's my fault. So I like didn't respond to him. But we chatted a little bit, but I still haven't spoken to him in like 3 years. So I was like, someone from my past. Let's see, especially because I had voted him out. And I know it was a unanimous vote because I'm a psychopath and I take notes on everything in every game that I play. I had won immunity that round and he went home unanimously and I was like, fuck. So I was hoping he didn't hate me because of that. So I was very worried coming into this game and seeing him. However, that was not the case. We actually worked together, which was nice. I was still a little wary of him because I was like, I don't know if you actually do hate me and you're just trying to keep me close. But we did actually work very closely in this game. So I'm very, very appreciative of that for him. Um, Jess was someone I had seen around the community, had no interaction with her. I knew she was a good player. I knew she was somebody that I wanted to align with, especially after seeing the intro videos, because I didn't know she was also in the vet community. I didn't know that was her field. So obviously I was like, we need to connect. I was like, this needs to happen. So I was excited to see her, but again, I didn't really know anything about her before this game. So it was like all good. Um, and then Ricky hosted me in my first org ever. This is going back 6 years to All Out, which is a game that doesn't even have games anymore. I played season 3. It was my first org. I didn't know what the fuck orgs were. Somebody else on that prod team had kind of drew me in because she knew I was into Survivor, and she was basically like, "Hey, someone dropped from this game I'm helping run," and it was COVID, it was summer. So I was like, I'm not doing anything else. Like, fucking sure. And then I ended up getting sixth. So I was like, this is cute. This is slay. Which, fun fact, I actually did play that game with Jess's boyfriend, who I didn't even know was her boyfriend until she told me his name, and I was like, that's crazy. But anyway, um, the other person, last person, I know I'm ranting, but this is my time. So
Period.
last person I knew, Taylor Queen. I was very, very scared to see her here because she's a very good player. And I was like, I had never worked with her. She had just seen me play Ascendance Live. She was helping run that game. She was also a finalist in Ascendance Live. And I was like, yes, Ascendance Live happened last year, but it was one of the more recent games that I played other than challenging. And I was like, she knows how I play. Obviously, this is a different, this is a different format, but I was like, I was very nervous because I was like, she's a really good fucking player, and I want her to work with me because I am worried that if I'm not on her good side, then we're gonna have some problems. So I really wanted to work with her. I'm upset she had to leave so early because I think she would have been a number for me. I definitely wasn't her closest ally in this game, but she was very open about like wanting to work with me, and I was like, oh, period, we're good. So yeah, everybody else, it was kind of crazy that I had only actually ever played with Fredo, and I had ever played with anybody else in this cast. So good for you guys. Because I've been around the block.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I've played too many of these, girl. But yeah, so I was very happy to see that there were a lot of people that like majority of this cast didn't know who I was, didn't know how I played, and also like I don't play Big Brother, so I was like, I t don't even know how I'm gonna play. So it was like I was happy to see that there were not a lot of people that I knew, so that was a good thing for me. But yeah,
That was a lot of connections.
I know I've
You
been
have a
here too
history.
long.
Right, right. But not long enough. Not long enough.
Not long enough.
All right. So another thing I have to mention because, you know, as someone that did host you before, you're a beast, suns out, guns out type situation. So before you actually won your first two competitions, we have to talk about the reset because you were one of the people I feel like possibly directly impacted by that.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the vote getting canceled. I
I
do
was
want to
like,
ask
what are
you
we talking
personally.
about?
If
Yeah.
you were on that, if that vote went through, do you think you would have stayed?
No. No, girl. No, I think I would have gone home. I was against Fredo, and I really don't think that I had the votes to say. I do think it would have been close because I think there was a lot of pushback of people who liked both of us, and there was kind of a toss-up, and I knew for a fact that I had 5 votes locked. So there were 11 possible votes that round. I knew for a fact I had 5. There were 2 people, Michael and Callie specifically, told me they were gonna vote to keep me, but I knew for a fact that they weren't. So I was like, okay. So I had a feeling I was gonna get fucked by 1 vote. And the fact that the round was canceled like an hour before eviction, I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh my God. I was like panicking. I was like, this is gonna be my worst placement in a game fucking ever. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm cooked. Like, I was like, this is bad. Um, so I was very worried. I really thought that I was gonna go home, and I was gonna be a little upset. I was gonna be a little upset if it was next to Fredo, only because like I had done better than him in surviving. But again, love him down.
Damn.
But also like love him down. But also because like I again, like I don't usually play Big Brother, and I think for me it was like it was really stressful because the one other Big Brother game I played, I actually played with Tyler on Prod, and I the entire season. I don't think I was on the block till Final Five. Like I was fine the entire fucking season. So having to navigate this season was a lot different. And I was really not used to that because again, it's not a format that I play and it's not like whatever. So I think the reset definitely saved my ass for sure because I think there was definitely a good chance that I would have went home. Um, I was surprised that three people fucking quit. I was like, Jesus Christ. But
You're telling me.
yeah, yeah, girl. I was like, oh my God. And I felt so bad, especially for like, I felt bad for like you guys. And I also felt bad for like the people who quit. I felt bad for the people who like, this is their first game. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, this doesn't happen. I'm like, this doesn't happen. Like, I've played plenty of games with quits, but I'm like, this has literally never happened to me in a game ever in 6 years. So I was like, I was really feeling for you guys. So like, I hope. I hope everything was okay because like that shit sucks. I know how much time and effort goes into like putting in a season, which is why especially like when I said earlier, like when I have to quit, like I hate it because I usually whenever I apply for a game, I try to make sure that I will be free like under every circumstance because I hate being that person. But like so I do feel for you guys and I know that sucked like especially like happening so early on in the game, but yeah.
No, of course. And one of the crazy things is like the butterfly effect because obviously looking at what happened the week after the reset,
Girl,
you decided to do your big one
I
twice,
didn't think what.
and then you went back into hiding and became a block star.
Apparently,
So
apparently.
tell me about just like the 40, like however many hours, because I know we definitely gave a break between then the of the
Yeah.
whiplash of I'm going home. Oh, I got full power. But
Nah, that shit was crazy. I think for me, like, it was one of those things where, like, especially in this game, I did not want, because it's Big Brother, I did not want to win an HOH so early. However, the situation was like, that challenge, I was like, I know for a fact I'm not losing unless I drop on purpose. And I think the fact that I was up against Jaywin, where I was like, she was 100% somebody I wanted to put on the block. She was coming for my ass. She kept lying to me like the entire time. I'm like, I know what you did. Like, I know what you said about me. I know what you did. So it's like, I'm not dropping to you because I know I'm gonna go up if you whatever. Like if this happened. So it was more a matter of I didn't want the power, but I wanted the safety. And I know like that's the part of that's the whole point of this fucking game. Um, but I didn't want to win so early because I knew it was going to put a target on my back early on. And that's exactly what it did. And I feel like it just kind of spiraled downhill from there. Because I ended up on the block six fucking times in this game. Like so fucking rude. Um I was a final nom five of those times, but I did end up on the block six fucking times. So that's T. Even if one of them was the weird fucking safety chain on live night, I still count it because I was still on the block. Um, but it was kind of a crazy experience because I didn't know if I was gonna win veto. I didn't know what was gonna happen if somebody else won veto. And it's just like that whole round was so crazy to me because like people were saying shit and like exposing my game when again it was literally like round four, round three, like whatever. So I was like, this is great. I'm like, Maddie's coming after me. I already have an enemy. Like Jaylen, I hope she goes because like I literally was like, she's coming after me and now she's spreading shit about me, but she kind of like, in my opinion, she kind of like tanked her own game because when I put her on the block, I was completely open to possibly using the veto, like especially between her and Dash. But then all that shit happened the entire round, and I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm changing my noms. So yeah. Do I wish I would have won other challenges this season? Absolutely. I did come close with quite a few, which is what really pisses me off. I blame Michael Davis for that one veto, but that's whatever. Um,
period.
I was
Fuck Michael
taken up, I
David.
was fuck Michael Davis. I was taken off the block that round anyway, so it ended up being fine. because Fredo won veto and he took me off, but at the same time, I was like, I I don't know, girl. I that was rude, and I literally said it, roll the tapes in that fucking veto when I said if it's 54 minutes and not 55, and I screw myself, and that's exactly what I did. So it's nobody to blame but me, except Michael David. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
Love
you
you,
could
Michael
beat him up in real
Davis.
life soon, right?
Bring me back, Michael Davis.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
Here it is.
no, it's fine.
There's
I
more
love
than
him.
just Michael, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
know, I know. I love him down. Which is crazy because again, I've played this game so many times and I didn't meet him in person for the first time until like last year. It's like crazy. But yeah, so that round was definitely like a fucking whirlwind and really like I think it helped, but also it helped my game, but it definitely hurt my game a lot more, which is why I didn't want to win. But at this again, I was like, I need the safety because I literally almost just fucking went home. Like, so yeah.
Moving a little bit further into the game, tell me more about what happened tonight. Walk me through
Yeah,
live night because as someone that also wasn't really, I didn't have it really on because I was doing another exit interview, right? So
right, right.
kind of just explain your process for the viewers and just the emotion, the wave.
Yeah, so to start with Live Night, I think I'm gonna go back a little bit to last night, um, where I was having a conversation with Maddie, and she basically not only, first of all, she was like trying to like fucking call me out in the hash chat when I was already on the block, and I was like, I'm tired. I'm done with this. I've played too many of these games for people to get a fucking rise out of me for calling me out in the house chat. Like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Like, you can try all you want, but it's fine. So, had a conversation with Maddie last night where she basically just straight up asked me. She was like, "If you win HOH, am I going up?" And I was like, "Yeah, at this point, probably." Because I'm like, "You called me out. You called me out in the house chat, and I feel like you don't trust me." Like, and I'm like, point blank period. Like, I feel like you don't trust me. And she was like, haha, why do you think that? And I was like, okay, here's an itemized list of all the things that have happened this game of why I think you don't trust me. She basically responded to one of those things and ignored the rest of them. And I was like, okay, so that's not really giving me an answer. So the whole thing with that was I sent her a lot of paragraphs back and forth about why I haven't been honest about my game with her because I knew she didn't trust me. So I was like, whatever. But basically that started last night. Then obviously her winning HOH is like worst case scenario for my game because like I literally just told her I was gonna put her up. So I literally messaged her. I was like, if you put me out, I was like, I get it. Like put me up, girl. Like it's fine. Um but again, like worst case scenario for this game. Which sucked because I feel like if she also wasn't helping Zach win veto, I would have won. Because I've played that video before and I know, and she was telling him where to move, and I was like, but it's fine, it's fine. So Zach won veto, and again, worst case scenario, because like obviously he's not gonna use the veto. Um, and even if he did, like if they put somebody else up next to me besides Fredo, like I still think I would have gone home in that scenario anyway. Again, it was a long time coming. Like it was six times on the block, girl. I honestly, I wouldn't have been shocked if I went home against S tonight either. Um, so I wasn't shocked. Like I wasn't shocked. But yeah. So. Definitely, like I feel like tonight with live night, I think it's so chaotic where I've had live nights in games where like everything goes to shit. And I think just what happened tonight was like the perfect storm of like the two people in this game who were for sure against me held all the power. And I was like, okay. Because like if I had won HOH, like Maddie and Zach were going up. Like they were going on that block. So like I don't blame them at all. Like at the end of the day, a game is a game. It is what it is. I knew my time was coming. I knew it was gonna be very hard uphill battle for me to get to the end of this game. I was hoping I had a chance, but obviously that's not the case.
What happened to being a challenging superstar? No.
Shut up.
Where's Cooper at? No.
Where's Cooper? Get Cooper here.
No. Uh, good times. Moving on. You mentioned earlier about a lot of you did mention a lot of people that you obviously reconnected with, but there were a lot of new people that you got to meet as well. So more so along the lines of who do you think you're gonna, hang out with after the season's over? Maybe it's if life you'll
Ooh.
keep up with, start a Snapchat streak, whatever.
Yeah, period. Honestly, if I'm being so honest, definitely S. I love S to death. I know she had to do what she had to do today, and I don't blame her for that, for dragging my name through the mud. I mean, I blame her a little bit because I'm like, I would never do that to you, even though we were on the block together, but it's fine. It's her first game. I think she did phenomenal. I feel like she's just like a genuine person. I feel like we've had like just great conversations in general throughout the game, and she just seems like someone that I would really like get along with like outside of this game. Um Definitely Fredo. I do want to actually talk to him when this game is over. Love him down. But oh gosh. Michael is also one that comes to my head because Michael is a diva. Love him. We're both from Jersey. I literally told him I was like, we need to meet before I move because I'm moving in a couple months, and I was like, it needs to happen because T. We definitely didn't see eye to eye this entire game. I think we definitely connected, and we connected on at a point like right before we went on the block together. And I was like, fuck, because we really could have done some shit and it didn't happen. So I was very upset about that. Also because I didn't think Jess was gonna put us up, but that's tea. Speaking of Jess, another person, absolutely. Again, love her down. I hate how well she's doing in this game. It's really rude. But I'm not surprised because her and her boyfriend are smart ass people. Like it doesn't surprise me. But again, like we're also in the same field. Like my first call with Jess was one of the longest ones I had in the game. It was literally almost 2 hours. Like we were just shooting the shit. Like we were talking about like just the career, life, everything. Um, Rachel, a queen, love her down. I would absolutely love to stay in touch with her as well. Um, I definitely, I'm definitely upset with the way that she went out because obviously that's not how it was planned, and I voted to keep her. But love that diva down. But yeah, I honestly I feel like this is a really good cast, which like props to you guys. But I feel like there was really no one that I like hate. Like, I don't know. Like obviously like there are people in the game that I have my differences with, but I think for the most part, like this is a really good cast because I feel like I do end up in casts with people where I'm like, I am never gonna talk to this person again. Like, fuck that. But like, so I feel like this is actually like a very well balanced cast for sure.
No, I think definitely coming off of that challenging season, it's definitely a good refresher, for sure. But now that I guess this question specifically made for you, how would you, if you had to rank your experiences throughout the three different forms of the 1984 multiverse, what would it be?
Surviving is number one, point blank period. I think by far, I played my, even though it wasn't my best placement, I think I played my best game, in surviving. I think, going back to that game, like I feel like there was only one person in that game who would have like went to the end with me, and then he voted me out and went out next. So I was like, oh girl. But that game I think I played very well because not only like I won three immunity challenges, I was safe for a lot of the game. I found and correctly played an immunity idol. Like, so I think for that, like it's definitely the game that I think I'm most I don't know if I want to say most proud of, but it's definitely the best game that I played in the 1984 series. Um, the first season of Challenging 1984 was not good. Um, I think I got a little screwed on that cash just because like literally everybody knew each other
Hey, Michael.
and yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But like literally everybody had connections and there were a lot of people that I had never played with because I had only played surviving at that point and it was already like a couple years prior. So I was like, I I feel like I have an opportunity. I feel like I have an opportunity to get to know people, but it was a 2 week game, so I was like, this isn't good. Give me 1 sec, I have to go unlock the door for my mom. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I miss Antoinette.
Bye.
This interview is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Just talk about like 2 days ago. Oh my God.
I I mean,
Okay,
Taco Bell.
I'm back. Period. Love Taco Bell. Um, okay. But yeah, so I don't remember what the question. Oh, right. So going back to that. Um, we ended up challenging two was my best placement because I got third. But I feel like that was like it's just like a weird format because it get like in other games I'm usually not great at challenges, so I think the challenging format is definitely not my strongest suit just in general. But it's definitely like I feel like challenging two and Big Brother are kind of like in the middle for me. I feel like I'd put Big Brother higher than challenging, but still under surviving, just because like I feel like in another scenario, I feel like in a different cast, like I feel like I can do well at this game because I've done well at Big Brother before. Um, but again, like the first time I played, like I was in a very solid position for most of the game. I had a 5-person alliance where surprisingly none of us leaked the alliance. It was crazy that it actually worked. We all made jury, like it was a great time. But I think with that game, like again, like this game was a lot harder to navigate because of how many times I was up for elimination, and I'm not used to that. Um, but yeah, so like if we're talking like big picture, I think surviving, then Big Brother, then challenging two, challenging one.
I don't know. I felt like that was a good catered question towards you.
It was. I like that.
Moving on, Frank Sinatra once said, regrets. I've made a few. So tell me about
Oof.
potential regrets you may have had this season, or do you have none? Are you going to stand on business?
No kidding. That's a good question. Honestly, I feel like I tried to do the best that I could with the hand that I was dealt. Especially because like I I feel like a lot of people connected a lot easier right off the bat because there was a long portion of time, like again, up to round three, I was in zero line. Like I was in zero alliances though. I already knew like I was not in a good spot. And I didn't know if it was me. I didn't know what was wrong, like what I was doing. So like the thing is like I don't know if there was anything, especially in the early game, that I would change because I really don't know like what I did wrong and like why everybody was making all these alliances and I was not being included because I felt like there were a lot of people that I connected with really well off the bat, like Callie and Jess and like all these other people. And it's like I don't know. I think definitely in the later game I definitely could have improved my social game. I tried my best to figure out like where I stood, but again, I think it was really hard for me because I kept ending up on the fucking block one way or another. Um, it was hard for me to gain trust with people because I like never had a vote. So it's like it was hard for me to really show people that I'm someone who can be trusted. So I think that was a big part of that. And I really, again, like I feel like I have regrets, but I really don't know what I would have done differently because I don't really know like 100% where I went. I have like some ideas of where I went wrong, but I think like the overall picture, like especially in the early game, I don't really know where I went wrong.
And that's fair. I mean, it's a long game, especially things get a little
Yeah.
fuzzy sometimes. Not all of us have
No,
itemized lists, so
and I'll probably have more answers tomorrow when I sleep on it, but
um couple more things. I'm trying to speed run a little bit only because
I know
I
I
spent the whole
ranted.
I spent the whole budget on like challenging, so I didn't upgrade to Zoom Pro, so I only have 40 minutes for this interview. So
Period.
moving on. The next part of this interview is kind of called the shady or not shady game. Basically a
Okay,
word association game based on the remaining house gifts that are left in the game. You're just gonna give me your
sure.
first word that comes in your mind when I say the person's name.
Hmm.
So we're just gonna
Okay.
take it from the top. Normally I start with Antoinette because it's the highest alphabetically, but we're
Period.
gonna start
But
with
I'm
Dash
here.
tonight.
Social.
Fredo,
Um, energetic. I
Jess,
was gonna say queen. I feel like that's not a good word, but queen. We'll go with queen.
Maddie,
Um, oh. Again, I was gonna say diva, and I'm like, that's not a good word, but we'll go with diva.
um, Ricky,
Um, strategic.
and finally Zach.
Um, I was gonna say something mean, but I'm not gonna do that. Uh, um, God, I don't. Mm, no. Mm, mm. Let's let's not be mean. Um, let's say let's say I'm gonna say I feel like mid is kind of mean, but I'm gonna say mid, but I kind of have a reason.
Like a 6'7".
Ew.
Had to do it for all the young kids out there watching.
Not the young
Um,
viewers.
I gotta connect with the audience. So those are all some insightful answers. I can't wait for you to get to watch and see what everybody said about you.
I
Um,
don't know if I want to.
um, and real quick, a couple predictions. So who do you want to
Okay.
see come through that jury house?
Ooh.
And who do you think will come through that jury house next?
I'd love to see Zach come to the jury house. I don't think people are gonna vote him out just because I feel like he's doing whatever Maddie wants him to do. And I think people are gonna keep him in the game because I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. Um, I'd love to see a bigger player come into the jury house. Like I'd love to see a Jess or a Ricky. For sure, but I don't, again, like just based on the game, the way the game's going, I don't think it's gonna happen, but that's what I would like to see.
And so who do you think right now is going to win this game?
Honestly, right now, I do think Jess is gonna win this game. I do agree with S. I think Jess has the best resume. I think she has the best social game, best strategic game. Like I think she's playing really, really well. And like I do love that for her, but I'm also mad because I'm like, I wish it was me, but
It should have been me.
should have
Who do you want to see win right now?
Ooh, like I would love to see Alfredo win. I do love him down. I feel like out of who's left, I feel like either like a Jess or a Fredo win, I think would be really cute. But I don't think Fredo wins if he's next to Jess.
Okay. Those are all some very good predictions. And before we wrap things up, do you have anything you want to say to any of the viewers, the hosts, the remaining players, the people in the jury?
Uh,
Anything?
yeah, so honestly, like, thank you guys for hosting this game. Like, obviously, I love playing these games and I love playing a game with a good prod team. because I know it's again, like I said, a lot goes into these games. So I appreciate all the time and effort and everything that's gone into these games. Obviously, I know a lot of the prod team very well, so love them down. Obviously, would love to play another game. No, I'm kidding. Bring me back. But yeah, I think. Like again, thank you to everybody involved in making the season happen. Production, cast, everybody. I really do want to see how this season plays out. I am sad that I'm not going to be sitting in that finale, but again, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle for me to getting there regardless. So it's fine. To the viewers, I hope I didn't disappoint you. I'm very sad, but I hope if anybody drafted me, I hope I wasn't a disappointment.
Dodge that one. Just kidding.
I'm always worried about I'm always worried about the draft. But I hope I wasn't a disappointment. I hope I was entertaining. I tried to be as active as possible in my confessional chat, but sometimes I just like forgot that it was there. So might be. So I'm glad I got some last words in there today. Um, but yeah, I hope I didn't disappoint. I hope that I made everyone's dreams come true. I hope for all the haters, you're happy to see me here. I love and I feed off your energy. Period. But yeah, I think I'm okay. To the jury, love you all. I hate to be there, but I guess I'm a part of you now. Um, we actually, in one of my games, we actually did a whole thing where we made matching shirts that said Milge and it was Man, I Love Jury, which was really cute. So maybe we should do that.
Well,
But happy to be here, but also sad to be here. But yeah, I guess I'm good. XOXO, you know you love me. Go piss, girl, as I always say. I
well,
think I'm good.
Antoinette, it was great catching up with you. I feel like I've been talking to you since like challenging, so
I know.
that was that was a journey. But thank you so much on behalf of everyone, production, myself, the viewers, everyone in between, alumni, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm gonna quick speed this up because my timer's at a minute and 45 seconds. So, say, after you move, and I've been told Michael's moving in the area, so maybe,
Yeah,
you're at a bar with Michael, maybe you know, you're at home playing some org endurance competition, whatever. You get a text message from Tyler, me, someone else, Zach, and they're like, "Hey, would you like to come back to 1984?" What would you say?
absolutely. I never say no.
We know. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
Bitch. Okay.
no, no, but that's awesome. You never know what's in store. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much one more time for doing all of this. I'm so glad to welcome you to the family of Big Brother alumni.
Period.
Had to specify it. But
Of
yeah,
course.
thank you so much. And I know you're gonna bring a great itemized list for that jury questioning. So
Period.
from
I will.
1984, Nolano Soprano and Antoinette signing off.